Welcome everybody to the Thursday night team call. Super pumped up about this call specifically because one of my good friends is going to be speaking on the call today. His name is Miguel Carrasco, and I'll get in and give him a good warm welcome and let you guys kind of know what he's accomplished in his business when he's on the call, because he's got to hear that about yourself, and then you're ready to fire it up to be able to share with everybody else. But let's talk first about some quick announcements. First of all, we have Summit coming up in under 30 days now. Team Beachbody Coach Summit. It's our annual summit event. It's the annual event. There's going to be 25,000 people there at the event. You get to work out with Shanti, Tony Horton, Sagi, and then get to go to workshops and keynote speakers and learn from the best people in Team Beachbody. So we're super excited about that. But what I want you guys to know is there may be some brand new coaches on here that are like, I don't know if I can go to Summit. Like, am I invited to that? Is that just for the advanced coaches? But my message for you guys is it's for everybody. So Team Beachbody Coach Summit is, if you're thinking, should I go to Summit? Your answer is yes. You should absolutely 100% be at Coach Summit. It will change your life. It'll change your business. You're going to learn some amazing things that'll help you. So just to give you guys a simple example, I had, oftentimes I get asked, like, what happened from that initial goal of making $10,000 a week to bring Gabby home to wanting to have this ginormous business and team that we have now. And it was literally a 2-hour conversation outside of the bathrooms in Atlantis at the Success Club trip, the first one that we earned by hitting Success Club every month. We went on that free trip. I ran into the top coach of the prior year, and he was the guy that I looked up to, like, oh man, I'd like to be like that someday as the brand new coach, right? Just that 2-hour conversation I had with him sparked in me the belief that it was possible for me to grow a team to where we could be one of the top teams in the company as well. And then from there, it only took 18 months for our team to go from just this starting team to the number 4 team in all of Beachbody. And I say it's that one conversation at an event. So that's kind of the important part of going to Summit, is you may learn something amazing at one of the keynote speakers or one of the workshops you go to, but it's the one-on-one, just asking questions, meeting people there, where you really just see that, hey, this is possible for me as well. So we want you guys to go to Summit. It's the last week of July. If you're wondering how to get there, I believe some people can still transfer tickets of people that aren't going, and we can figure out a way to get you there. We'll just put it like that. We'll figure out a way to get you there. There's also a team meeting, which is Miguel, our speaker today. He's the one that kind of put it together. Him and I are going to be speaking along with 2 other speakers, including a keynote speaker that will absolutely blow your mind. So if you want to go to a team meeting, have the opportunity, because Summit's like super fast. Once you get there, once it starts Thursday night, you blink and then it's Sunday morning and it's time to fly home. That's how fast Summit goes. So if you are going to Summit, I encourage you to arrive early, like super early Thursday morning or Wednesday night, so you can come to the team get together meeting. And that's probably the best way that I'll get to meet you guys, is at that event. So if you guys can make it to that, that would be awesome. And you can also ask me or in the team page for details on how to get to that. It's called Ignite Nashville. So it's right before Summit. So also on your calendar, I want you to mark right now. I won't do it on my phone because we're live on the team page on my phone, so I can't grab it. But I want you to mark the first Saturday of August as Super Saturday and just block off that day. I know you guys are on this call because you want to learn how to better grow your business. So if you're on this call, I know that you want to learn and you want to grow. So it's necessary, not like if you can, it's necessary that you block off that day for Super Saturday right after Summit, that you get to your local Super Saturday event. And we'll work over the next month helping you guys know where that's at. The important thing right now is that you don't have anything scheduled for that day so that you can get there. So that's all we're going to talk about for announcements right now. It is the last of the month. I have to give Eric Myers a shout out. He's on the team call, but he is short of his Success Club goal by 1 life. So he's said, I will be on and off of the call because I have calls with prospects. I will not end these last 3 hours short of the finish line. So there he is on the phone right there. He just walked by. That shirtless beast. He's on the phone talking to people, sharing his story, inviting people to his team. So after this call, we got 2 hours to run and sprint through the finish line. So let me remute everybody, and then I'm going to announce our guest. I see the good-looking fellow on here. So okay, we are muted. So our guest today is Miguel Carrasco. He's up in Canada, in Winnipeg, Canada. I met Miguel a few years ago, and we instantly became friends. We're kind of similar in our mindset and our work ethic and all of that. You know, he told me when I met him, he's like, I was watching your YouTube videos and Lindsay's YouTube videos, and I'm just glad he ended up a part of this team. He's personally sponsored by my coach, Lindsay. So we're like, Lindsay's our mama coach, so we're brothers. We're brothers in this journey. But what I want you guys to know about him is he's accomplished some pretty incredible things. He has 32, get this guys, 32 lifetime diamond coaches on his team he's mentored 32 lifetime personally sponsored diamonds. He's an executive leader on the leadership ladder, which if you have not studied the leadership ladder is the top rung of the leadership ladder. Him and his team were number 11 in there was probably 350,000 coaches or so that year, number 11 in all of the Beachbody network. So one short of the top 10, but that's like an incredible feat, like to be right there. So that's awesome. And so we can learn a lot from him, because to get to that point, I know that you have to really mentor your coaches and help them achieve some success in their business. He's also an all-star legend. So which means he hit Success Club over 24 months. What I know of Miguel, he's hit it every single month since he started his journey as a coach. He had a phenomenal transformation with Turbo Fire. Absolutely changed his life, and his story is powerful. So you're going to get to hear a little tiny bit of that. And he is the 3-time top Canadian coach. So the top ranked coach in Canada for 3 years straight. So I wanted you guys to kind of know what type of man that you guys are going to be learning from today. He definitely knows what he's talking about. He doesn't just talk the talk that he's going to talk today, but he lives it and teaches it to others, and they apply it to their life. So with that being said, Miguel, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Scotty, can you guys hear me all right?
You're on.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks so much for that awesome intro. It's always humbling for sure to hear all that said. It's one thing to read it. And, before these calls, obviously we talk and the first question is, hey, tell us your what you've done and stuff. And it's always weird to type it up. And while I could probably type it immediately, honestly, it always takes about an hour to sit down and be like, wow, is this for real? Did I really do all this stuff? Because like Scotty said, in 2012, back in October, I actually said no to Beachbody coaching. Similar to Scotty, someone came to me and said, hey, you should be a coach. You'd be awesome. You're great at social media. You have this great transformation. And I was like, dude, you're crazy. That's weird. I'm not doing that. I'm embarrassed for you. How dare you ask me to do this network marketing thing? Truth. A lot of people think I was the first coach that signed up in Canada, and that is not true. I signed up day 2. So everyone in Canada signed up. I watched everybody sign up. So, this whole pyramid thing, what a scam. They all signed up first. And then I was like, hey, I should probably look into this thing because this looks pretty cool. And all these people are actually pretty neat people. And then I ended up signing up day 2. So first of all, I just want to say thanks, Scotty, for being my mentor, even behind the scenes. I did a team call a couple weeks ago on finding your mentors. And that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk today about the power of your mindset. I think it's going to really help you. But I talked about this thing about mentors, and a lot of times people forget that you can learn from anybody. And Scotty was one of those people that I learned from in the beginning. That yes, I signed up with Lindsay Matway, but at the same time, she always talked about Scotty. And I was like, I remember she would talk about him all the time, and she still does. And I was like, man, one day if I could just have a smidgen of that guy's success. So if I just copy just a little bit of what he's doing, and I listen to what he's doing, and not just watch videos, because I have those coaches too. They'll watch videos. I'll be like, hey, what'd you watch today? And they'll send me a list of videos. And I always tell them, great, so were you entertained or did you actually take action? Because it's one thing to watch Scotty's videos, watch him do his thing, get excited, get pumped up. It's one thing to be on these calls, get excited, get pumped up. You're fired up for an hour afterwards, and then you hear the no's, or people say you can't do it, or someone says, I don't want to buy the challenge pack. then you're deflated, right? So it's one thing to actually watch, and it's a whole other thing to actually do and take action. So I wanted to thank Scotty. I wanted to thank a lot of you as well that are a part of Scotty's team, and a lot of people that I see you on the Zoom calls. I can kind of see some of you. Don't worry if your camera is off, I can't see you, so don't freak out. But I do see a few of you. Darren, I see you there. And I remember so many of you that have been on this journey while I've been doing this journey, and it's just been really cool to be a part of it. So I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and I am humbled to think that you hopefully think you'll be able to learn something from this call. So here's the thing. Here's what I believe. I believe that you can have anything you want in your life. If you're not taking notes, you might want to start taking notes. I believe that you can have anything, and unless you're driving. I see some people driving, so if you're driving, keep driving, eyes on the road, safety first, right? You're laughing, Camille, I can see you. But yeah, so if you're not driving, take some notes. This will help you once your excitement's done and tomorrow morning you wake up deflated. You'll have those notes staring you in the face, reminding you that you were hopefully entertained for 45 minutes, and you're going to take some action. So here's the thing. I believe you can achieve anything you want in your life if you just get your mindset right. Let me say that again. I believe you can achieve anything you want in your life if you just get your mindset right. So I'm going to focus on 4 key areas today that I believe are going to help you get your mindset right. Because I think that most of what you need to learn to be a great Beachbody coach has already been said 1,000 times. Any topic you want, where to place coaches, how do I get to diamond in 2 days, 7 days, 30 days? There's a video. Where do I place weak leg, right leg? How do I make a picture on PicMonkey? You won't just find one video. You're going to find hundreds of videos on every topic that you could possibly imagine. How to run great challenge groups, how to invite from social media. If you do a Google search right now on how to use Facebook ads for Beachbody, you'll get pages and pages of exactly how to do it. So it's not so much the how to do it. That's not what I believe. It's having the mindset, having the engine set up right so that you can follow the path that's been laid before you. See, here's the deal. We have this path. I always tell my team, I'm like, here's a piece of paper, right? Here's a sheet of paper, and it's blank. And if I said, here you go, here's a blank sheet of paper, here's what I want you to do to be successful, you'd be looking at me like I'm crazy, and you'd be like, I don't know what to do. But now if I gave you the same sheet of paper, but on it, if I drew out, a pot of gold in one corner, and I drew where you were here, and over here I said, here's the snakes, and here's the water pits, and here you don't want to go that way. And even though you might want to try and go straight, you need to go this way to get there. And I think back and I look at coaching, and it really is that way. You have Scotty Hobbs, you got myself, you got so many great coaches sharing with you exactly what you need to do, but yet so many people fail to keep their commitment and actually follow the game plan. This business is not very hard. It's actually very easy. It's so simple to do. You post your before and afters, you engage with people, you are friendly, hopefully, you find new people, you keep doing it over and over again, you run great challenge groups, you give back, you serve people, and because you serve people, they feel that law of reciprocity, and they want to serve you back, and they help you, and they join your team, and they want to pay it forward, and the whole circle repeats itself. That's really all we do. So really, this whole business is all about how fast can you really run that circle of reciprocity? How quickly can you get results, share your results, have people join your challenge group, recruit from the challenge group, right? And then teach them to do the same thing. It really is a 3 or 4 step process. It's not that complicated. We don't even need an hour to teach you exactly what you need to do as a Beachbody coach. And then you could go and YouTube the heck out of every single thing for years. You would see so many videos. So then what is the secret? What separates the top 10 from 460,000 coaches? What separates the 100 top coaches from the rest? Here's what I believe. I believe it's all about that mindset. It's all about that engine, getting that engine right so that when you get on the road, you don't fall off. So here's the first thing. I said I was going to mention 4 things. The number 1 thing that I believe is very important is building that bulletproof mindset, a bulletproof mindset. What is a bulletproof mindset? This is what a bulletproof mindset is. It's belief in yourself. It's belief in your team. It's belief in the programs. It's belief in the Shakeology. It's belief in your leaders. And it's belief in your company. That's what a bulletproof mindset is. Write that down. A bulletproof mindset, which is required to become a top 100 coach. I can see some of you. How many of you would love to be a top 100 coach? Raise the hands. How many of you would love to? How many of you are not going to raise your hands no matter what I say? Right? Okay, yeah, half of you. Okay, cool. That's cool. So here's the deal. If you want to be a top 100 coach, this is not hey, it would be nice if you had a bulletproof mindset. No, this is required of you. Like I said, the what to do, easy. I can teach it to you in 30 minutes over a coffee. What I can't teach you is how to build the bulletproof mindset, but I can point out the things that you need to be aware of so that you can go build it yourself. Okay? Bulletproof mindset is built by belief in yourself, undeniable, passionate belief in yourself that you can do this. You know, my mom, I always feel I was very lucky. My mom always told me, she always said, Miguel, you can do anything you set your mind to. She would always tell me that. You can do it. You can do it. Whatever you want in life, you can do it. And a lot of you, I'm sure as well, we immigrated from Chile to Canada. We immigrated to this country. You probably immigrated to the US or Canada, wherever you're from. But as parents from immigrants, you know, I was brought up that we had to work really hard to make things happen. And as that process went along, we didn't have a lot. I went to a private school. My parents helped me go to private school, but I saw everybody around me when they turned 16 getting brand new cars. I saw them always wearing brand new clothes. I saw them not having to work. Their parents paid for everything, but I had to struggle to make it through and to make things work for me. And so that really allowed me to believe in myself. I realized that I could play with the big players. And sometimes in Beachbody, that belief in yourself is required so that you realize that you can also play with the big players. I read a great quote the other day that said, allow other people like Scotty Hobbs to inspire you, but don't be the one that says, wow, that's so great. I could never do that. See, that's a problem. A lot of people think, wow, that's so incredible. I could never do that. Or some of you are sitting right there saying, yeah, that's really great for you. You did all that in 4 years. I signed up a year before you did, and I haven't done that, so therefore I probably won't do it. No, you got to think, you got to allow those stories of those great people that achieve things to allow it to inspire you to believe in yourself, to say, hey, wait a minute, I could do that too. I can do that too. You must have that belief in yourself. Belief in your team. What does that mean? Well, that means showing up for team calls. You know, when you have a great team and you have someone like Scotty Hobbs taking the time to put together and reach out to people and bring guest speakers in and make it happen and show up every single day consistently. See, I bet you Scotty's never missed one of his calls. He doesn't miss his calls. He makes it happen. He makes it happen. So therefore, you must make it happen so that you show up. See, right now, he shows up because he wants you to show up. He could easily go with me, hang out. We could go hang out in a private island, sip mojitos as long as we wanted to, hang out and do whatever we wanted to. But we don't do that because we love inspiring other people and we want you to be able to pay it forward as well. And so it's so important that you realize that because people are consistent is why they're successful. So you must believe in your team. You must believe that the team calls are important and show up to the calls so that you can learn. You must believe in the training programs. You must believe in the blog posts. You must believe in everything about your team and become one. And what do I mean by that? You might think it's fluffy, but I'll tell you again, all of you raised your hands that you wanted to be a top 100 coach. And I can tell you, every single one of those top 100 coaches believes in themselves and they believe in their team indefinitely. They bleed their team. They're so excited about their team. They would defend their team, bleed their team. They would show up to every single event, team call, whatever it takes, because they know that the leader of their team is sending them in the right direction and is trying to shortcut their path to success. Because the cool thing about Beachbody is that if we can shortcut your path to success, then everybody wins faster. Belief in the programs. Even if a program comes out and you don't fully believe in it, you owe it to yourself to try that program. Again, comparing to the top 100 coaches, even if a top 100 coach doesn't love, let's say as an example, Country Heat, they're still going to do it. Even though they might not love size, they're still going to do it and make a fool of themselves. Every single one of those top 100 coaches is doing all the programs. They're doing them all. They're signed up to Team Beachbody Club membership. They're paying. They're on demand. They're trying everything as they come out. When new products come out, they try them. They try a month of cafe latte, even if they don't think it'll be great. All those top 100 coaches are doing that. They believe in Shakeology, and they full on believe in the company. That means shooting for all the Success Club trips. That means going to Coach Summit no matter what. All those top 100 coaches are doing it. See, here's a little kind of mess up that happens in people's lives, okay? A lot of people do this. They say, when I'm successful, I will do X. See, and that is the thinking process of someone that never succeeds. When I am X successful, then I will go to Coach Summit. Oh, when I make $200 a week, then I will go to the Ignite National event when I have more money. Or when I get this, then I will do that. See, the top 100 coaches don't think that way. The top 100 coaches say, I'm going to do this so I can get that. I'm going to go to Ignite National so that I can get this thing. I'm going to go to Coach Summit so that I can be a top 100 coach, not the other way around. It goes the same with creating connections. Top 100 coaches, they create connections with people and comment on people's posts and make great videos on their Facebook, not because they're making it so they can sell a challenge pack. They're doing it because they love doing it. They love making that connection. They love inspiring people. They love talking to people. They're not expecting anything in return. They just want to build that relationship. You know, we're working with a realtor right now that we've been working with for almost 4 years. We've seen so many homes with her, and we were sitting down talking about this dream home that we're looking at right now. And we were laughing and we were saying, man, you've shown us like 50, 60 homes. She's like, yeah, but she genuinely loved it. I was at one point I was going to say, man, it must have sucked. And I was the words were coming out of my mouth. And she's like, I love what I do. I love what I do. I love showing people homes. I love what I do. I love building relationships. And truthfully, we've become incredible friends, right? And there's no way I would have ever used another realtor in any of the homes that we've been looking at now. So the reality is successful people, those top 100 coaches, they're building relationships. They're following up with people, not because their coach said, not because Scotty Hobbs said, hey, make sure you follow up with your list of 100 or your last 10 people you talk to. No, they're doing it because they see a list of 10 people that need them, that need them to serve them, that need help. And they feel like they must follow up with these people. So you must do things before you get the X, Y, Z. And unfortunately, in our society, we're built up in such a way that we believe that we give them the resume, we agree on a salary before we've even worked a day ever, which is so weird. And then we go into the job and the employer is hoping you do a great job. You're hoping the employer is great. Everyone's totally confused. And for the first year, hopefully your goal is to not get fired. And they're hoping you do a little bit of work so that you learn a little bit and somewhat pay for your salary. That's crazy, but we're brought up that way. We're brought up to not go to the bathroom until the bell goes, or don't use your cell phone here. And you're brought up like by bells and dings and whatever, and all of a sudden you turn 18 and it's like, okay, what do you want to do with your life? Like, think about how crazy that is. That's not how the world works, right? That's not how the world works. So then we go into starting our own businesses, entrepreneurship. And now it's like, wait a minute, I actually have to work before you get paid? Yeah, that's how life actually works. That's how it should be. So you got to realize that you must have a bulletproof mindset. See, I believe that you have to have this kind of mindset. When I joined Beachbody, and I know all the top 100 coaches agree with me, they believe this one thing to be certain. I'm going to get to the top of that mountain. I'm going to get to executive leader, to 15-star diamond. I'm going to get to the $1 million club. I'm going to get to the top of that mountain. That's option one. And the only other option is option two, which is you're going to see me dead on the side of that mountain trying to get up there, and I am not breathing. 2 options. And every top 100 coach believes in option one. Trust me. And option 2 is the only way out. And that is the reality. So once you're there and you fully believe that, not you just tell, oh yeah, I believe that. No, but you fully believe that without a shadow of a doubt. That I, without a shadow of a doubt, believe one day I will be a 4x 15-star diamond coach, having earned over $10 million as a Beachbody coach, having helped over 10 million people. I'll be building schools in Africa, South America. I have zero doubt in my mind that I'm going to do that because I believe in the power of the Lord, and I believe that he's helping me go through all this for a reason, and he's not helping me go through all this just to get me to the halfway point. He's helping me get here so that I can do so much bigger things. I have zero doubt. Zero doubt. And if I told you stories that Scotty knows and that all these things of the struggles that I've had to go through to get to where I am, you would believe that I shouldn't be talking the way that I'm talking. But I have 100% belief in myself that this is going to work. This was not easy to get launched in Canada just because we were one of the first. It was hard. Products weren't shipping for 6 weeks. Imagine none of your customers getting anything for 6 weeks. Imagine getting paid by check 6 weeks and getting your checks randomly. And if they got lost, it was a 3-month process to get your check. Yeah, that was that way from 2012 until 2014 of August. Until 2014 of August. It was really hard. Was there benefits? Absolutely, but I made them benefits. Okay, the second thing I want to talk to you guys about today is avoiding distractions. Avoiding distractions. Every time you say yes to something, you must realize this important point. You are saying no to something else. So I'm going to challenge you today. I'm going to challenge you to start saying yes to your dreams as the number one priority. Because your dreams, if you have a strong and a purposeful why, your dreams are about you and about your family and about legacy for your family. I hope you realize that you've been put in this place for a reason, and I fully believe that all of my coaches, including yourself, have the ability not just to change the next couple years' fortunes for you. I fully believe that 100 years from now, you have the opportunity, 100 years from now, your kids' kids, to look back on the family tree and say, wow, remember that guy, Scotty Hobbs? Yeah, that guy was incredible. He changed everything for our family. Because of Scotty Hobbs and Gabby and what they did, our entire family history was changed forever. How powerful is that? See, thinking about you in that place should shoot like sparkles up your spine. It should make the hairs on your arms stand up. That's what you're doing. That's the opportunity you have right now. Beachbody is a baby company. We live in a time where Beachbody is needed so much, and they're a baby company. I've met all the owners. I've met all the people in Beachbody, and they're all salt of the earth people, want nothing more than to serve and to help other people, and that's incredible. That is incredible. And you are at a pivotal point right now where it's a baby company only in US and Canada and Puerto Rico. And we have so much opportunity ahead of us that we need to learn to avoid distractions. Distractions, in my opinion, are what's going to hold you back. Whatever you decide to call it, the devil, whatever you believe in, distractions are that. And they face all of us. They face you, they face me. So every time you are given a decision, think, is this empowering my ultimate goal, my ultimate purpose, what I want to do? What is my goal? Well, this year my goal is to be an elite coach. Great. So right now I have the opportunity to go to an NFL game or an NHL game if you're in Canada. And you've got free tickets, right? But you know it's going to take 8 hours of your time. What's more important? If you say yes to that, then you're saying no to your ultimate purpose, your ultimate goal. See, I believe the only difference with a lot of the top 100 and the rest is that the top 100 are willing to sacrifice. It's true. They're willing to sacrifice instant gratification for a lifetime of incredible things that most people will never achieve. So the more you say no to things that take you away from your dreams, your goals, whatever they are. You know, Scotty said someone's pacing right now on their cell phone trying to close out Success Club. Last month, just so you know, I had 8 returns. I had never had so many in my life. I had minus 16 Success Club points at the beginning of the month. I had like minus 2 with 3 days left. And I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. And Lindsay was about to hit a big thing in her company, and I remember her assistant messages me for stuff, and she wanted to send a video, all these kinds of things. And I basically told her, I was like, I can't do that right now. Like, Lindsay wouldn't want me to do that right now. I got 3 hours left. I'm at Success Club 2. I ended the month with Success Club 12, and I was at 2 on the last day of the month. And I had no one left, I believe, to follow up with. I had nobody left. I can't run an ad because at that point it's too late. I made it happen, guys. I made it happen. I've been there. It's because I've been there and continue to be there that I'm where I am today. I could easily say, who cares? Who cares? I've already hit All-Star Legend. There's no more legends that I know of. Maybe they'll make a new one this year, but who cares? But I care because I made a commitment to myself that I would never miss Success Club 10. And the second I stop going through with my commitments, the second you stop doing the things you say you were going to do, that's when you're dead. I believe you're dead. Talk about character. That's character. It's not about what you say to people and they see you do. It's about what you do to yourself, knowing full well that you're giving up on yourself. That's what I believe character is. It's when no one's watching and you do those certain things or do the things that enable your goals. That's when the character is built. That's why commitment is so important. So next time you say yes to something, even if it's small, especially, let me enunciate this, especially if you're still building your business, you must avoid distractions because you're not up the mountain yet. You're not nearly close to the mountain. So you must avoid distractions like crazy. Anything that takes you away from your goals, you must avoid. Am I saying don't have fun, don't do whatever? Hey, listen, it's totally up to you. It's your life. You can absolutely have fun, but I will tell you this much. If you are, taking time from your kids to build this business, if you're taking time from your spouse to build this business, if you do what I recommend my coaches that say they want to be the top 100, I tell them, sit down with your husband, sit down with your spouse, sit down with your kids, and tell them, here's my goal by December, and here's what I want to accomplish. And it's going to take some sacrifice. We're going to do X, Y, Z. Maybe let's go to Disney World. Maybe let's go to Disneyland, whatever you decide to do with your family. But if you set that precedent and you do those sacrifices and your family's doing those sacrifices, then how on earth could you go out on a Friday night to a hockey game or a football game? You can't do that. You can't do that. Like, I really wanted to go to a soccer match. I love football, soccer, right? It was Argentina versus Chile. I was dying to go. For the first time in my life, I had the money. I could have spent $3,000 on like the top seats. I was going to fly my dad in and I wanted to go do it. But then I thought, like, I have this goal right now that I'm pushing my team to do something. I can't do that. I have to stay to my commitments. I have to stay true to what I said I was going to do. So you must avoid those distractions if you have goals. Okay, the third thing I want to tell you is that you have unlimited time. You have unlimited time. And I know a lot of you are probably rolling your eyes right now. What does he mean by you have unlimited time? Well, I believe a lot of us use this. This is one of the most powerful excuses on the face of the planet that almost all of us use. Most of us use them on a daily basis. The top 100 barely use them. And you need to be aware of this, is that you actually have unlimited time. They've done studies that prove that every single person, no matter how efficient you are, wastes at least 2.5 hours per day, every day. Meaning, even if Scotty Hobbs was the most organized person on the face of the planet, or if I was as organized as I possibly could be any given day, I wasted 2.5 hours. Gone. Whether that was an extra 10 minutes laying in bed, whether that was in the shower for an extra 5 minutes, you add up all those times, 2.5 hours wasted every day. So if you actually have unlimited time, what does that mean? That means that you are choosing how to spend your time. You are deciding what to do. There's, I can't remember how much total downline you got, Scotty, but let me just pick a random number. Let me say your total downline, 60,000 coaches. Okay, 60,000 coaches total downline, 43 on a call. 43 on a call. What does that say? Now, some of you might say, oh, that's insanity. That's crazy. It is crazy, but that's also to tell you this thing. That's also to tell you, look at the opportunity you have. You're not competing with 460,000 coaches, okay? You're competing friendly with 43 coaches. Everyone else believes they don't have the time or they have something better to do. You know, I would love to know what it is, but that's awesome for them. But for you, you have the opportunity to have an advantage now because you were on a live call, which I guarantee you is better than a recorded call. and you are learning from some of the top people. I'm not just talking about this call, me. I'm talking about every week. Every week, you must feed your brain. This is the muscle that's the most powerful muscle. You have unlimited time. So the easiest way to use your time is this. You must be consistent in this business to grow this business. And I can tell you this, I promise you, every single day. And I've had days where I've worked my business 100%, and I've given like 20 hours some days. I don't do that regularly. I usually give nowadays about 6 to 7 hours to Beachbody. That said, every single day, even on my bad days where I gave only an hour or two, even on my bad days, every single day, I gave at least 3 things that would positively affect my business. So every single day, you must do at least 3 things. That could be drinking Shakeology on a horrible day. Count it, okay? I drank Shakeology. Done. I did 1 thing. What else? Drop down and give yourself 20 push-ups. 2 things. 3rd thing, read a positive book for 5 minutes. See, time is an excuse. It's an excuse. In 20 minutes, you could do 3 things every day to move your business forward, and every single one of you wastes 2.5 hours every single day. So really, it's the fact that the top 100 coaches are deciding to be consistent over a long period of time. That's all it is. It's consistency. I'm not any more special than any of you. There's probably at least one other of you that's a better speaker than me. There's probably a whole bunch of you that are in better shape than me. There's probably a bunch of you that know more about Shakeology than me. There's a bunch of you that run better challenge groups than me. If I went down the list and I compared myself every point, like a game in a video game, there's probably not one thing that I'm actually better at than all of you. However, I would challenge you on one thing. Maybe Scotty Hobbs I wouldn't challenge, but otherwise I would. Consistency. I'm freaking consistent. I'm consistent, sometimes to an insanity level fault, but I'm consistent. When I want something, when I say I'm getting the top of that mountain or I'm going to die, I actually mean it, and my team can attest to it. So consistency is the only differentiator. So everything else, there's someone better than me at, which is fine. But what you got to realize is that you have to do 3 things at least every single day, because it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope in anything in life. Everything is like this. It's not just Beachbody. It's alcohol. It's drugs. It's bad music. It's being surrounded by negative people. It's a slippery slope at every level. You go 1 day, then it goes 2 days, then it's 3 days. All of a sudden you're smoking. Like, that's life. That's how it goes. One bad thing, yeah, sure. One bad night doesn't equal that you're going to gain 80 pounds. But you consistently add on that brownie every night. Trust me, that's how I gained 80 pounds. It happens, okay? But at the same time, a week ago, I ran a half marathon. So I had 2 days of I ate horrible food. By the 3rd day, I actually had lost 2 pounds. Crazy, right? I had lost 2 pounds, but I ate horribly for 2 days. But that was only because my metabolism, the way it was set up for working out. It saw bad food coming in. It fought it off, so I lost weight. The reality is, what you got to realize is that these little things over time do add up. 1, 2, 3 days of not drinking Shakeology can add up very quickly to all of a sudden you got an extra bag of Shakeology, to all of a sudden you're like, this is weird. I shouldn't have an extra bag. I'm going to cancel a month, to, oh no, now I've got 2 bags. Maybe I should cancel coaching. I should swap out with somebody else. It all starts very small. It's all those little things. That's why Tony Robbins, it says it's in your times, it's in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. Is so true. Because it's all those little things that all add up, and most people don't realize that. And that's why I want to tell you that, is so that you understand that this is what's happening. Okay, the 4th thing. The 4th thing is keeping your commitments. And I kind of brought it up, but I wanted to add in this thing. And I wanted to say, no matter what, keeping your commitments. What does that mean? That means that when you go and you tell your team that we're going to hit Success Club 10 this month, and you have to do it, you have to lead by example. I don't post my Success Club points, but that doesn't mean that I don't dog it and hit SC2 every month. I keep myself accountable. I don't post my volume anymore, but I post my team's volume. But I don't go and do nothing. I try and lead by example. And that means keeping your commitments. Because you can't go and tell someone else to do something. I tell people all the time, because how many of you at one point or another have said, I wish my team did more? How many of you wish your team did more? Raise the hands. How many of you wish your team or a coach or someone on your team did more? I'm raising my hand. How many of you are taking notes? You're too busy to raise your hand. That's cool. Okay, so here's the deal. If you've ever thought that, including myself, I've thought that too. I think that once a month, I get that thought. I think, can't believe it. I just did this great team call. Like hardly anyone showed up. What's going on? I don't get it. I have thoughts like that every month. But right away, I check myself and I go, wait a minute. Am I doing what I should be doing? What have I screwed up over the last 3 days? I keep myself accountable. Oh yeah, I kind of checked out for the last 3 days. I totally did. I checked out for the last 3 days, which maybe I had great reason to, right? Because excuses are true. I teach my team this all the time. Excuses, when I tell you you're making an excuse, it's not that I'm saying you're lying. See, most people interpret it that way. If I said, hey, Bridget, to pick someone, or hey, Desiree, or hey, Allison, you all looked up. There's a couple Allisons, don't worry. But so if I said, hey, Allison, you're making an excuse. That's an excuse. See, immediately our mind interprets that as saying, hey, Miguel's saying I'm lying, right? Why is Miguel saying I'm lying? No, I'm not saying you're lying. See, excuses are true. It's just that we use them to empower our disbelief emotions. That's all it is. So an excuse is just something that you use that's true. So yeah, something horrible did happen. But when you decide to use that to disempower your dreams, your goals, your vision to get to the top, then it becomes an excuse. Otherwise, it's just something that happened. That's true. See, bad things happen all the time. We got into a bidding war with our house that we got on. We don't know if we got it yet. We'll find out next week. This dream house we love. And all of a sudden, no one had offered on it for 60 days. And all of a sudden, people do. And we just decided, you know what? Let's not worry about it. Because now it's the long weekend. And we're like, we're not going to know until Tuesday. And we had the bottle of champagne all ready to go. But here's the reality. It's like, if God wants us to have the house, he's going to give us the house. If he doesn't want us to have it, he's got a better house for us waiting. And we're about to get the wrong house. So I really don't care. You really have to go through your life that way. Sorry to get all religious, but that's really what I believe is one of my biggest advantages. I have to tell you is that I fully believe that what happens in this world, in this life to you, I believe God gives it to you because he knows you're going to create something better from it. He never gives you more than you can handle. You might fail to handle it sometimes, and he's going to give you the test again and again and again and again until you pass it. But ultimately, where you're at right now, you're here for a reason. There's only 40 of you on this call. That's cool. That's cool because here's the thing. 40 of you needed to hear this. 40 of you needed to take action. So with that, I'm going to just rephrase a couple of these things, and then I'm going to give it back to Scotty if you guys have any Q&A. But first thing is, these things are important, guys. They're not optional. They're the truth, what the top 100 coaches do. One is bulletproof mindset. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your team. You have to believe in the program, Shakeology, and the company. There's only two options. Option one is to go to the top of the mountain. Option two is to die trying. The second thing I said is avoid distractions. When you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So make sure you're saying yes to things that empower your dreams, and you're saying no to the things that disempower your dreams. You have the opportunity to change your family history. Number three is you have unlimited time. We all have 2.5 hours that we waste every single day, wasted. So use them consistently for the right things. Every single day, do 3 things that positively affect your business. And the last thing was keep your commitments no matter what. That's what your character is all about. Keep your commitments no matter what. If you must break a commitment, make sure that that it's for the right reason. It's to empower your ultimate goals, your ultimate why. Okay, guys. So, last thing I'll say is hopefully you guys will come into Ignite Nashville. I'd love to see you guys there. Scotty, give her.
Awesome. Thank you, Miguel. I told you guys Miguel would bring it. Like, I can't even tell you. My hair stood up a few times, even before you said it makes your hair stand up on your arms. I'll tell you which one it was because I just want you guys to know when you were talking about like my great-grandkids or great-great-grandkids and like our life is like this because like that's what I was talking about that this past week. That's what a true legacy is like your actions and what you do today. A legacy is like doing things today that you may never see, right, in the future, planting seeds of something you'll never see in the future. So, Miguel, you absolutely brought it today. I got some notes written on my glass table here with my erasable marker, and then took some on my notes as well to share with everybody. But I'm excited to be able to share the stage with you at the Ignite Nashville event. We're going to totally bring it. Like, Beachbody is going to hear about it, and they're going to be like, these guys know what it's about. Like, this is what we got to be doing. So I'm super excited about that. You can get a hold of us for info on how to get to that. But it is the end of the month. I want to give you guys the opportunity. Miguel, do you have time for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, give her. Go ahead.
And then I got to get to band anyway too. So anybody have a question for Miguel?
Let's see if they're as shy as my team.
Oh, dude. We're not shy, right? We're not shy, guys. Let's see. No introverts here. Miguel, I attract many introverts. So Bridget typed to that. There you go. Who was that? Go ahead.
More than a question. Mine is congratulations, Miguel. I think you said you are from Chile.
Mm-hmm.
Chile won the Copa America, so you must be cheering up.
It was a good game, that's for sure. Yeah, it was a great game. Thank you.
Okay. Bridget Adams said, "How do you help empower your team?"
Yeah, so I guess empowering your team can mean a couple things. One of the things that I like to do is I'm really focused on creating leaders on my team. I've always kind of the first few books I read on the whole industry, because I knew nothing about network marketing. When I started, all I knew is, and the reason I said no was when I heard it, Beachbody was network marketing, and I said no the first time was I just remembered my wife throwing candle parties and then being stuck with a $300 bill and this massive candle that we were never allowed to burn. So that was my introduction to network marketing. So for me, the first thing I did was pick up some network marketing books, and one of the things that they said was the key is to build leaders. Is if you want to work forever, then just be the hardest worker and just, do everything. But if you want to not work forever, build a bunch of leaders. So one of the big things for me was trying to find people that wanted to be empowered. I don't think you can make people be empowered. Like as an example, Scotty Hobbs is a great person that's an incredible leader, right? I don't believe Lindsay made him, have that mindset to do it. He came up with that on his own. And Lindsay's role, which she did very well, was lay out the game plan. Like I said, this is the game plan, Scotty, go follow the game plan. Scotty went, executed the game plan, and had the results. But the consistency, the drive, the why, the reasons, the mindset, all that stuff, that was all a natural thing that Scotty built up over time in terms of why he wanted to do that. The whys he had were very strong, all those things. So in order to empower your team, a lot of times, I know this isn't what most people would say, is I actually think a lot of coaches make it too complicated. They think that they have to do all these crazy things and do these events and all that stuff. And if you enjoy doing that, I enjoy putting on events, right? So the reason we're doing this Ignite Nashville event is because I enjoy putting on events. I enjoy getting incredible guest speakers in that are going to add a ton of value. I enjoy doing that. I love doing that. You don't need to do that. To empower your team, all you really need to do is show them the game plan. Like, show them what to do. Like, the 99% of coaches, their biggest mess up and screw up is they don't follow up with their new coaches. I've noticed this time and time again. They'll add a coach, they'll introduce them to the team page, they'll send them an email of what to do, but then that they don't follow up with them for a couple days or a week or whatever it is. And so I think I've done a really good job of every time I sign a new coach, I'm on them for the first 30 days. Like, I'm on them. Like, I probably annoy them sometimes, but I'm like, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do that? Okay, are you doing that? What are you doing next? Hey, how's it going? I message them all the time, and I make sure that they know what to do. After the 30 days, though, they're on their own. They're on their own. They're on their own to become the leader they want to become or not. And if they reach out to me and say, hey, I want to be a better leader, help me, I'll jump on calls with them. I'm always available for them. But I think the best way to empower people, empower your team, empower other leaders is to teach them the foundation. Just like your parents, they can't teach you everything about life. They can't teach you probably to buy a house, to get a mortgage, to buy a car, how to deal with your spouse. They can't do that. They'd love to, they can't. Their role was to build a strong basement, at least in Canada, a strong foundation for you. Right? And that's what your mission is. Your mission is not to create the executive leader. Lindsay didn't create the Scotty Hobbs you see in front of you. Lindsay just made sure he had the strong skill sets, the foundations, the skills that really allowed him to flourish and build up. And that's all you have to do. You literally just have to teach your coaches to post their before and afters, run a great challenge group, recruit from the challenge group, teach those coaches to post their before and afters, run a great challenge group. It sounds crazy simple, and it actually really is. That's all I'll say on that.
Awesome. Okay, Miguel, I'm going to have you just answer one more quick question, and then we'll be out of here. Nicole Cabe says, what is your favorite personal development book?
Yeah, my favorite of all time has to be Personal Power, which I guess isn't a book. It's a 30-day series. And I'll tell you, I love it. I think it's like $295, but it's totally worth it. I'm sure there's other ways to find it, but I believe you should really buy the book. It's incredible. It's Personal Power, 30 days. It'll teach you, I believe, a lot of the self-help books, everything that's come lately is all based around personal power. Chalene Johnson's 30-day pushes, Brendan Bouchard's stuff, like all of these people based all of their stuff on personal power, 30 days. And it really talks about setting goals, your mindset. It gets everything right. It's a really good, solid foundation. I find people that actually do personal power have incredible success, that actually get through the 30-day program. It comes with a success journal, teaches you to write a success journal, set out their goals, all that kind of stuff. They have great success. That's my favorite one, I could say, in terms of personal development that I know would touch all of you. And the last thing I'll say on that is that I also do believe that you really have to look at yourself. Like, what do you need help with? That's what personal development is so awesome and is so great, is that personal development is personal. It's all about you. What do you need help with? Some of you need help with your relationships. Some of you need help with confidence. Some of you need help with health and fitness still, right? You need to do more reading on that and build that up. Some of you need more help with your kids, because if you were more available to your kids, then maybe your business would do well. See, there's so many people, like there's, and this last thing I'll say, I know everybody's got to go, but sports athletes, you see this all the time. Whenever they're going through personal issues, sports athletes, whenever they're going through something personal, their performance drops drastically. Like there was a goalie on the Chilean team that was horrible. They were about to cut him, and he ended up winning the Golden Glove. For those that follow football, soccer, Golden Glove means he was the best goalie in the whole tournament. But that was because later on he said he was having a huge issue. His daughter was very sick, and because his daughter was very sick, his performance on the field was horrible. So a lot of times in Beachbody, what you see isn't necessarily what they know. It's more so what else is going on behind the scenes. So my best advice to you is to figure out, really be honest with yourself and write out, okay, what are the 3 things that I really need help with? And find books that will help you with that.
Dude, I love it. Okay, thank you, Miguel. I want to thank everybody for being on this call. Dude, you made that point. You know, sometimes you just need to hear some things. And when you say there's 40 people on the call, like that's not very much competition. And that's one thing I've been saying all the time. It's like, it's from Les Brown, I think, but he says, like, if you want to, like, the goal is to wow your customers, like give them a great experience, And it's so simple to do that because everybody wants to look for the big thing, right? Like Miguel talked about simplifying everything. To simply wow your customers, it's showing up, like to show up every single day, because most people will not do that. So if you show up consistently, you're going to blow your prospects' minds. If you actually be that person that shows up at that level and your coach is a customer. So thank you for everything that you taught us. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your energy. I love your energy. Every time you bring it, like I feel the energy and I get excited about it. So thanks for being on the call. And this call is recorded. I'll post it up in the team call. I encourage you to send it to your coaches that aren't on here so that they can feel empowered to go after their goals and dreams as well, and to develop this mindset that Miguel talked about. We'll see you guys all later.
See you guys. Thanks a lot. Take care.
See you, Miguel. Thank you.